What's up out there? Wow, we're back here in Sarasota. We love it up here doing the podcast. And I got my beautiful savage wife next to me.
What's up?
But we call ourselves the Three Amigos.
Yes.
When Alex isn't with us. When
Yes.
Alex is with us, we call ourselves Four Amigos. But when we do these podcasts and CopNCons, a lot of people don't realize Jahnna's always usually sitting to the side when me and Tim are acting like 8th grade people making jokes.
Just laughing.
So over here, across from me, you guys, he don't need an
the
introduction.
one, the only.
I got my one and only, my main man, one of my best friends in the world,
Tim
Guerrette.
Guerrette. Let's go.
Wow. Wow. Just honored to be here with John and Dave.
Oh,
Sitting up straight.
are you looking
Yeah.
good?
Loving life.
Looking
Man.
good.
Just recovering from an open heart surgery. Never thought I'd ever have to say that at 58 years old. But
Yeah.
thank gosh, it's so good. And I'm blessed to be here with you
Well,
guys.
man,
Man.
Great studio. We're here.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
You took it like a gangster, though, bro.
Yeah, you
like
did.
a lot of people don't know. A lot of people. Tim didn't really go public like we did because we had to cancel the tour.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of tell everybody what we were doing all at once. And so we were on the road. We went on the road. You were doing some traveling and you had things going on. We both get back home. I end up in the hospital. You had ended up going to the doctor.
Going to the doctor.
Lo and behold, we both find out at the same time, same week, that we both got some serious heart problems.
We're in trouble.
We're
in trouble.
But we were killing it. CopNCon's getting monetized. We're starting to get a following. We're turning out videos. We're starting to get our niche. You know, we got an office. We were kicking in after, you know, what I mean.
We're coming back strong.
That's it.
So
We are.
We're good. So, yeah, so I went to go get a physical.
Yeah.
I go get a physical, and they find out and determine that I got a blockage. Good thing is no heart damage, no
Right.
heart attack. They
Thank
were able
God.
to catch it before. Before you know it, I go in and get checked up. Next thing I know, I'm on the operating room table.
Man.
And great doctors. Everything was great in Naples NCH. Big shout out to all those folks. But
Yes.
yeah, it happens quick. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Your life changes dramatically in
Overnight.
a split second. And you know, I'm fortunate again, like I said, to be alive. But we did have a little hiatus from CopNCon, but we're gonna crank that thing up in 2026.
Yeah, that's
it.
our
We're
year.
gonna have so much fun, and you know, those things really motivate you, right?
Right.
When you
Yeah.
know you got a lot of good things coming in the future.
Right.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna lie to you. When you get on that gurney and you're going into the operating room, you're like, "Am I gonna make it out?"
Yeah.
And that's where your faith kicks in.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy that can probably recite the Bible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I've got faith in God and people around me, and then your phone calls, and
Yeah.
everybody's phone calls, and just the people. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of times I always hear you say that. You're like, you know, I don't have faith in God or I can't recite the Bible. But there's something that people always rule out, and that's the motive of the heart. You know, I'll match your motive of your heart versus to a lot of people that can recite the Bible's motive of their heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I've been around some people. So, you know, just because you might not spit a scripture every time, you're a man of faith and you follow God and you do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a believer.
Yeah,
There's
you're
no
a
doubt.
believer.
Absolutely.
And
And
you know that
It's all
never
about
that's,
process.
that's never it's never questioned with me.
you got to do it, man.
It never questioned with me. But
No, I'm joking.
no.
But in all reality, bro, I remember when I first went in the hospital, you know, you're like one of the first people Jahnna called, and you raced
Yes.
up there, and
He
in
was the
there.
first person
Yeah,
I told.
You came in, and I was like, don't tell that to my mom. She'll have a heart attack. You didn't tell
Right
her.
after Cindy. Of course. Cindy always comes first. Always.
But so, you know, Tim came up and we're in the hospital and, you know, remember, man, I'm in there and you're like, well, we're going to be all right. And the next thing you know, the next week you were in the hospital
Yeah.
getting your heart cath. We came down after you got it done.
Yeah.
John and I came to see you. And the next day, bro, like, you're MIA, not MIA, but I'm saying you know, people got to know we talk so much, kind of our ritual, especially when we always have since the day we met. But CopNCon, we were doing a lot of, all right, we got to do this. And we're trying to beat each other to put reels up and having our little competitions who got more views. And I told Jahnna, like, and then I didn't talk to you for so long after the surgery because obviously you had surgery, you couldn't talk and stuff. I was like, she's like, you miss Tim, don't you? I'm like, man, and of course we're blowing Alex up every night and finding out what's going on. And, so it's crazy. It's life-changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're like, and, and I remember we got your first picture with you holding your pillow getting ready to leave. We're like, all right, cool.
Yes.
And then I came and seen you, but I couldn't. I had to get out of there. I was making you laugh.
Yeah. I tried a phone conversation. That didn't work out real well. And then, but what it really does, though, is when you have something this life-changing, I guess, it makes you really think about what's most important in your life.
Absolutely.
And I tell you, any chance we can go eat lunch and break bread, and Jahnna and, anybody who we sit down with and just talk and really determine what's really important in your life. You can have all the money in the world. You can have, all the cars, the trucks, the vehicles, and hey, I'm out doing this today. I'm not working. I'm playing. But the reality is your health is the most important thing. Right. Your family, your friends, obviously your relationship with God, and just I'll tell you, man, it shakes you to the core.
Yeah. Right.
And when you have something like this and you come out of it, and you're sitting there, these doctors and these nurses and these people that care for you, they're like literally angels. It's just amazing that they, you worry about it. Like, is this person gonna have someone on the team?
Are they worried about their TikTok right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
is someone on the team gonna say, "What's this switch over here?" and shut it off? And you're like, you're done.
Hey, he's got a good spleen.
You have to trust them,
because
they're in charge.
Well, let me tell you one who wasn't an angel. Okay.
Oh.
She might have been a devil. Might have been a no good devil when she told me I was morbid obese, and she diagnosed me with sleep apnea without even sending me to the place.
Bedside manner was impeccable.
You know what's so messed up though is, like, if you look on the chart, like, they asked me how much you weigh, and I almost want to lie because
well, I can't.
225, right? 225. I'm 5'9".
Look up for 225.
I am obese,
buddy. I
am categorized as obese,
buddy. Listen,
and it
this lady. She's still in care of me, so I gotta be careful when she ain't watching my podcast. But she's typing on her little thing like this.
Do you have sleep apnea?
She's looking over. She goes, "You got sleep apnea?"
She goes, "Oh, you do."
I go, "No." She goes, "Oh, you do." Most fat people do, but she said most obese people do. I go, "Oh, so
like,
thanks.
honey.
You need to be a motivational. Work the suicide hotline. You know what I mean? Like, that's where you need to be, lady. No, but really." All the doctors have been awesome. Like, even my specialist, when I went in there, he's like, "Bro, you're young." I'm like, "What are you doing here?" And then the one lady said, "Well, you don't look old enough to be in here." I said, "Well, somebody told my heart that." He didn't get the email.
Right.
Like, what are we doing here? But, seeing you come out and then, I'm still in waiting what's going on. And I'm like, man, my boys, I mean, but you started doing it, which I told Jahnna from when you first came out. I go, Tim's gonna bypass whatever it is. Yeah. He's gonna be quicker than people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's just how he is.
His track will be
I remember your first time. You're like, "I'm driving. We're gonna meet lunch." I'm like, "Bud, your arm okay? You all right?"
And the whole time is knowing that you're on deck.
Yeah.
And like, should I tell him this? Or
yeah.
Shouldn't I tell him that?
Yes.
I'm like, I got to hold back on a couple things.
Yeah, I know.
Shoot it to him straight.
It's like you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You go, "Well, did they tell you about pulling the catheter out?" He goes, "I'm just saying, Dave." But no, I remember I could tell you would start to say something and you didn't want to scare me because I was already scared, because I'm going into it. I'm like, the difference is ours is, and thank God you had a great doctor and everything went great. You're getting back and and everything was a success. Was I had to wait for 2 months to even go see my specialist because I had to get this test. Yeah. So the whole time they're like, "Can't lift a milk, you can't." And you talk to me a lot. And of course, my wife's seen. And not everybody. I'm not going to tell everybody my personal lows all the time, but there's days, bro, when I was like scared, man. Like, and you're like, "Yeah, it's going to be okay, man. It was you're going to be all right." And then I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen here, man. My life stopped. I carry stuff for a living, bro. You know what I mean? And now I can't lift it. And so your strength and courage through it was helping me, bro. You know what I mean? Really, though, dude.
Yeah.
Well, you'll never think about sneezing again the same way or coughing the same way and, all those different things. But when they cut you open, it's tough. But it really, truly, after a couple days, things get better, and every day things get better. So, and then conversations and people calling and things like that. Because I'll tell you, the first week, I mean, I didn't want to see a cell phone. I didn't want to see TV. I didn't want to watch TV. None of that stuff. That's like, didn't want to get on a computer. I still am still kind of like not there yet.
Yeah, you're still not. Well, I mean, come on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I tell you what do they always say? The saying is, sit and smell the roses.
Yeah.
Or
stop and smell the roses.
You look around and find out really what's important.
That's it.
What's a day worth with a friend? What's a day worth with your daughter? What's a day worth with your mother? What's a day worth with your wife? To me, it's worth a lot.
Yeah.
And it's worth a lot more since
I've seen. Not that you wasn't a grateful, thankful guy before, because you were always saying, you were thankful for, you worked hard and you. And for your stuff, it ain't like you just woke up one day and you had the stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you worked hard, but you were always grateful for the life you had. But I've even seen since the operation, since the surgery and everything, a different kind of gratitude, even more. You always had it and was thankful for your family and your friends. You're always a grateful, thankful dude.
You always was looking out for everybody else.
Well, everybody knows that. You always look how many people. I mean, our podcast wouldn't be where it was if you wouldn't have helped us get started, and a countless of them people down there, that are doing it now. But I've seen, the shift of the time with people and going to spend the time with your mom, and it's a different look on life, right? When you're rolling down the hall in a bed, like, hey, I might be back, right?
Yeah. Dave said, hey, CopNCon reel, you can put one of those up at any time. Hey, no, you were good.
No, hey.
But my big thing was, like, I got to get into it fully mentally. So I'm ready to roll.
Yeah.
We talked about it, 2026. We're going to have fun. And the thing is, we do it because we love it.
Right.
We don't do it to try to, make money and do all that stuff. We do it because I can't tell you how many people have watched it and the CopNCon, and this kind of goes back and said, wow, that's awesome.
Right.
Because I tell them a little bit about your story. I can't tell them everything. Yeah. I tell them a little bit about your story, and then my story, being in law enforcement for a long time, and you being ex-con for quite some time.
A con pretty much my whole life. For the first time I stole some gum.
But when you tell me stories, I laugh, and I tell you stories, you laugh.
Right.
Yes.
So, and then we want the people to look at us as, hey, these guys are out, bringing some interesting stuff to
to
and
we kind of say it in our theme song, two brothers, we each one walk the sideline, whatever. Then it comes to the end, and we kind of talked about this other day when we were meeting, figuring out what we're going to do and what our next steps were. Is like, I was like, man, I learned from you, and you go, well, I learned from you guys, man, like, because you don't see things a certain way, but when you start hearing somebody and you know them, you're like, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? Or, well, that was crazy, or what? You know what I mean? Yeah. Each side of the life, it's what makes our bond. So it comes across on the camera because we're who we are. We're not acting on there. We're just us. Yeah. That's our conversations if the camera's with us or not, bro. Yeah. Like, if we're eating somewhere, that's just the way it is, right?
Well, the funny thing about my job is I would lock somebody up, take them to jail, and then move to the next person.
Right.
Not really thinking necessarily about, did they eat that day?
Yeah.
Did their parents give them narcotics? Did their father
How did it happen?
help them sell?
Right.
You just basically go to the next, in your mind,
it's a number.
the next bad guy.
Like that,
but really, are they a bad guy?
Yeah.
I will tell you though, throughout my career, I really looked at people that didn't follow the rules and the law as people.
Yeah.
So I'm proud about that. So, I knew there was some words exchanged in my career against bad guys. It would start it with me first, but it always was them running their mouth, calling me cracker. Yeah. Say, hey, wait till I get out of the jail. I'm gonna come
take off that badge and gun. Take that gun and badge off right now.
There was a couple comments back going, okay, let's do it right now.
Yeah.
But the reality is I did know a little bit of background because my first part of my law enforcement career, I worked with the young kids.
Right.
And, I kind of cultivated that. So, but hearing your story and when you talk about it, it's intriguing to me to find out a little bit about it.
Right.
And then for you to do this, 13, 14 years in, flip,
turn around.
It's like amazing, and it feels good.
Yeah, it does. And two, you know, I mean, we always make a joke on CopNCon saying, oh, let me, you know, you always be like, oh, let me guess, Dave, what's his trauma? What caused him to outrun the police and shoot at him? He's got trauma. But childhood trauma is something that's real.
It's real.
And Tim said it, you know, when your dad gives you drugs and gets you a prostitute when you're a kid, how can, you know, we wasn't going to the football game. You know what I mean? So years and later in life, I had to relearn those patterns.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, without a doubt.
And so talking, when I tell you my story, sometimes you look at me like, is this real or is he lying? You know, now I have to verify and clarify, but you know, call people. But that's the whole thing. So really, man, we were anxious to get on here because this is the first time we've been back together since everything, you know, on the camera.
Well, yeah, on the camera.
And to let everybody know, you know, I've had people ask like, man, I loved CopNCon. Well, you guys, how's your buddy?
That's great.
Are you guys gonna do it or what's going on?
Yeah, a lot of people asking how Tim is.
Oh yeah, everybody, you know what I mean? Because they feel like they know him because I talk about him all the time. Even my sister goes, "Oh, Timmy!" Well, as soon as you see Tim, here's Tim's here. You know, I said, well, he's my best friend, man. You know what I mean? But so 2026, we're getting ready to hit it hard. We had a meeting the other day. We talked about what we're going to do.
Creative meeting.
Yes, creative meeting. We're creative, and we even ate healthy.
We did. We've been really good.
We did. No, really, we have though.
I think we went Burger King once. But don't tell my daughter.
Hey, please don't tell that lady that called me obese. Please don't tell her.
But listen, I had a Diet Coke, so,
and I had
even everything.
And
else.
I had the fish.
Yeah, even the fried fish.
Oh my god!
It's only 685 calories. Doesn't include the bread.
The closest thing to our
It's
office.
not even fish.
In our defense, we were on the timeline. You had to get to your doctor.
We were tight. The French fry tastes good, dude. I mean, I don't think I've had a French fry since October 7th. And I'm not a fast food junkie.
No.
But sometimes you're like,
really, but
sometimes
Wait,
you're
I
like,
gotta
it
say,
tastes
I gotta
good.
say, the first time
you know this.
that we went, we told you, right, the first time we got out of the hospital.
Oh, I was mad.
Oh, man, and David was so mad.
I was depressed.
She called him obese, and he was like, where'd we go? He goes, we're going to McDonald's. He goes, don't tell anybody.
If someone's going to label me that, I'm going to be that.
I go, you know what? When I finally got out of the hospital, they're like giving me all that bad news. And I'm driving. She's like, where you going? I was like, I'm going to, she wants to call me obese. I'm going to McDonald's. I don't care either. Nobody can stop me. You know, and then
my heart's 38%.
I was only 32 then.
32 then.
And I'm like, I'm going to do this.
Remember we called Tim and then we were all laughing?
I just left McDonald's, bro. He started laughing.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. The doctor, with my situation, because I had what is called a calcium score. So anybody out there, if you haven't done one of these, it's like $99. Right. It's a calcium score. It kind of gives you a baseline of, you know, do you have built up calcium around your heart?
Do it.
Right.
So
it's important.
Just because you got high numbers doesn't not necessarily mean your arteries are clogged.
Right.
However, it's a baseline.
Yeah.
So my dad passed away of a cardiac arrest.
Right.
My grandfather did at 50.
Right.
Wow.
So I'm like, and my aunt had a flap fixed and valve and a couple other things, and I'm like, I'm next. I'm in line. So if you get a chance, get that score, because my score was elevated. Then we did a few more tests, and they found the blockage, which was 80% blockage in my left artery, which required a bypass surgery. A stent wasn't going to cut it.
Right.
So that was shocking. But I did say to my doctor, which I thought was kind of cool, I go, I probably shouldn't have ate those chicken wings the other day. And he looked at me straight up. He goes, listen, this has probably been 35 years in the making. It wouldn't really matter what you ate yesterday. But I'm going to change my life as far as eating and health. And I always thought that I did halfway decent. But when they call you obese, you kind of get a little frustrated. I mean, because look. You know,
I remember the juice diet, salad. We go eat. Tim's eating a salad, mad as hell.
Honest, while we're on here, as the camera will be honest with me, I put about 50 pounds on since I found out about it.
Well, David is what we call a stress eater.
I couldn't go to the gym.
Happens.
The tour got canceled, so I felt like I was letting everybody down. I had to cancel the wrestling event that I had set up. You know,
no, and they
I told you that like probably not a good idea.
Yeah, you did. You're like, man, do you need this stress?
And you wanted to hold on. I'm like, hey, listen, you don't need that extra stress.
And
Let's
so
do it later. We'll do it good.
I would, I'm like, I want to go to the gym and I can't do nothing. I'm like, I want to eat a grilled cheese. And I was like, I'll make you one. I'll make me two, and give me an ice cream sandwich.
No, he bribed me. That was the best. That was the best grilled cheese sandwich I ever had.
Johnna's like, John, I just paid the insurance, life insurance. Have 2 grilled cheese.
Yeah. I'm like, baby, listen, hey, you might get some help this month. You're gonna get some cheese for real. Costco got a bunch of facts.
And love my wife to death, Alex. Supportive, trying to teach me how to eat. But when we go out to dinner, and they got food left on the plate, what do?
Yeah,
they
shove
roll
it
it over
over
to me.
you.
I'm like,
true.
don't shove it over to me.
Same thing. I'm like,
I want to eat it. Can I eat it? Yes.
Yeah.
Should I eat it? No.
Yeah, you can't.
And
it's hard for guys like us, man. Like we probably don't follow us for health tips, but we're really trying to do good. But like I'm on the phone, we're talking about medicine. You're supposed to go get your blood. You're like, you know what? I'm going to, and I'm like, you know what? I told Jahnna, if they don't clear it, I don't take it. Okay, but really, this is our life depends on it. For real seriousness, right?
Yeah.
So
Serious.
it's been very hard for guys like us. Two different worlds, but one in the same. Like we're hard-headed. We know what we want done, and we're going to do it. So.
And one thing I have to say that I found as a blessing, I was very upset that both of you were going through this, but that you two had each other and were going through it at the same time made it, I think, easier for David. I know because he could go.
Well, you
off
were
of
down
what
too.
happened.
You had went through it, so I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but he's down right now, so I got to worry about him.
Yeah.
We'll worry about mine on the backside. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, and like you said too, a lot of people don't understand, right?
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah.
So I had a bypass. It's something that's pretty, according to my doctor, pretty easy fix. My doctor's great. He's like, listen, I do 2 or 3 a day. Don't worry about
like
it.
he's
Your heart's
changing
good.
a tire.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's like fixing a flat. You have actually a little problem with the rim. You have a little problem with the tire.
There's a few cylinder spark plugs are jacked up.
Just because your dad had a bypass surgery and he was ready to go in a month or two doesn't necessarily mean that's the same as you.
Right.
And there's things that they have to look at that say, okay, if we do this now, then later on it might not be the best decision. So you've got that longevity issue where you're going to be okay, but there's a little bit more to it.
Yeah. And eventually, I'm going to believe I
Couple
won't have
cracked
to have
cylinders,
it.
probably.
But they're saying, well, and the thing, let me tell you how not to do, kids. Remember, say no to, stay off of it.